Control your mouth, mind, and money. There comes a moment in every life when you realize this truth. The world does not shape you. You shape the world by what you allow to come out of your mouth, what you cultivate in your mind, and how you discipline your money. Three forces, three kingdoms of power, three invisible rulers that determine whether a man dies poor in spirit or rises wealthy in destiny. Your mouth, your mind, your money. Control them, and life bends toward you. Ignore them, and you will forever bow to circumstances you could have mastered. Look back at history. Every great leader, every titan of industry, every inventor who carved his name into eternity understood this law, whether he could articulate it or not. Thomas Edison guarded his mind against doubt. Andrew Carnegie disciplined his money like a soldier at war. Abraham Lincoln measured his words with surgical precision, refusing to waste his mouth on bitterness when he could channel it into vision. These men did not stumble into greatness. They mastered the levers that most people neglect. Let us begin with the mouth. Your mouth is not simply an organ of speech. It is the gatekeeper of your destiny. The words you speak are seeds, and every careless phrase, every bitter complaint, every defeated whisper is a seed sown into the soil of your future. The farmer who scatters weeds cannot curse the harvest when it chokes his crops. So too the man who fills his life with words of lack, gossip, anger, and limitation cannot be surprised when he reaps poverty in spirit and in wealth. Understand this. The tongue is sharper than any blade. Wars have begun with words. Nations have crumbled with words. Families are destroyed by words that should never have been spoken. But equally, empires have been built with words of courage. Generations have been lifted with words of vision. Fortunes have been sparked with a single declaration of faith. What do you allow to pass from your lips? Are your words drenched in complaint, in excuses, in the venom of envy? Or do you choose words that affirm, that ignite, that command life to obey your will? Guard your mouth as if it were the vault of your destiny, because it is. Speak only what you want multiplied. Refuse to give breath to what you want buried. Now the second kingdom, the mind. If your mouth is the gate, then your mind is the throne. Whatever sits upon it becomes the master of your fate. Napoleon Hill declared, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Those words are not poetic decoration. They are the mechanics of reality itself. Your mind is the workshop of your destiny, and yet most people treat it as a dumping ground for fear, doubt, gossip, distraction, and endless noise. Look at Henry Ford. He was mocked, ridiculed, told by experts that the automobile was a foolish dream, that he should give up. But his mind was steel. He saw in the theater of his imagination a future where common men would ride machines instead of horses. He believed in that picture until the world was forced to believe with him. That is the mind under control, a mind that bends reality to vision. But when the mind is uncontrolled, it is a traitor. It whispers lies, it magnifies fear, it sabotages ambition. A man who has no mastery of his thoughts is like a king who abandons his throne to thieves. He may still wear a crown, but his kingdom rots around him. Guard your mind as if it were the vault of your life's treasure. Feed it only what strengthens. Direct it only toward what elevates. Discipline it like a soldier under command. For the mind, when trained, becomes the engine of unstoppable achievement. And then, the third kingdom, money. Money is not simply paper or coin. It is crystallized energy, the byproduct of value created and discipline applied. The man who wastes money wastes potential. The man who hoards money without vision strangles it of its purpose. But the man who learns to control money commands a tool more powerful than steel, more influential than armies, more liberating than wings. Andrew Carnegie was not born into wealth. He began as a poor Scottish boy in a small house, working as a bobbin boy in a factory. But he understood the discipline of money. He invested, saved, reinvested, multiplied, until he became one of the richest men in history. And yet he did not hoard. He built libraries, schools, and institutions that shaped millions of lives. His money was not his master. He was master of his money. The average man spends every dollar he earns, chasing fleeting pleasures, financing distractions, feeding appetites. He becomes a slave to his paycheck, a prisoner of his desires. But the disciplined man bends money to serve his purpose. He multiplies it. He directs it. He uses it as a tool to build freedom, to build legacy, to build a life that whispers into eternity. Control your mouth, your mind, and your money, and you will become the architect of destiny. Neglect them, and you will become the victim of circumstance.